international
I gotta do this thing again. Welcome, anime enthusiasts, to Squad Nero, the ultimate destination for all things anime. Whether you're a seasoned otaku or just taking your first steps into the captivating world of Japanese animation, you found your home. I'm Rob, aka Sage, and with me today I have our special recur. Oh, my bad. The other host of the podcast,
promotion.
Chef D, Croco's Corner, and T Smooth, your guys through the vast realms of creativity, epic adventures, and heartfelt stories that anime, animation, and gaming have to offer. Join us each week as we dive deep into the latest releases, explore hidden gems, and discuss the hottest topics in the blurred community. Get ready for a journey filled with laughter, tears, and the unbridled passion that makes anime a truly unique art form. Without further ado, let the anime odyssey begin. Yeah, we got to record that, hoe. I'm tired. I'm tired of reciting this bit.
Nah, you good.
They
Nah,
already
nah,
winded.
Nah, nigga.
nah,
OD.
you gotta work for this.
Nah, nigga.
Nah, man.
Why don't you read this hoe?
Success.
Why don't you
Oh,
read this hoe?
Man, it's remix it every week. Do something different. Make it fresh.
All right.
Because you could have easily added in, yo, Squad Nero. Thank you everyone for coming back through. Now it's time to decimate Venom. That you could have came with some heat like that, and then we just go right into it.
Like that. For whatever reason, I feel like I got a nasty tone whenever you said we got to decimate Venom.
You're the one that got 19 inches of Venom under your name, man.
It's right up there. It's a statue, bro.
Nah, man.
Bring it into the frame, Rob.
Show the folks out there
what you're talking about, just in case somebody that don't know Venom stumbles upon it. They say 19 inches of what, Mr. Sage?
He got bit by a snake? What happened?
See, this is the Venom we needed in the movie, not fucking Deadpool.
That Venom never existed.
Oh, Venom Pool?
In any movie, that Venom has never existed
in my life.
Are we gonna start with it?
Yeah, might as well.
Episode 41. We in this thing. We just ended up finished watching Venom. So how's everybody's thoughts on it? I'm gonna leave the floor open.
I'll start it off and just leave it for what it is. I didn't have high hopes for this movie. I do like Venom, but it is what it is. All this whole trilogy has not been amazing at all. I would have to say, if anything, maybe the second movie was probably the best one out of the three. And it's hard. I'm gonna be honest, it's really hard to say because yeah, Venom's fun. Like they're fun movies, but it doesn't seem like Sony's taking this character serious. They're not like being really comic book accurate with him with this whole storyline. Like, don't get me wrong, they're trying to set up Venom to be his own character, but Venom's not Venom by himself unless he's really with Spider-Man or collabing with somebody. Like, look at the whole Venomized series. You got Venom, Venomizing Wolverine, Deadpool, Gwenpool, Spider-Man. Like, it's a whole bunch. It's a whole bunch, and it seems like people are still not going back to their drawing board and utilizing their material. The only line in this movie that had some relevant, we are the lethal protector. That's it. And it didn't really serve any purpose at all for what was being said. That's the only thing to be like, oh, that's comic book accurate, but there wasn't any like fleshed out details behind that. The only good parts in this movie was you got the little jokey joke with "We are Venom" or like where they're trying to be on sync, and the other part, because I'm very biased towards it, and Mrs. Shin showing up, but that's just me. Honestly, that movie gets a 5 out of 10 in my book. It's a fun movie. It's fun, not one you can really take the children to if you really want them, like okay with them listening to the occurrence of couple shots of like the bad language, but other than that, fun movie. But that's all I got. Fun movie is all I. Honestly, they let it fly compared to the first two.
Oh yeah, OD. They
let it fly, OD. But it's a fun movie. Like you can chuckle here and there, but it's not worth no $20 at no Regal Cinema or no $24 at the AMC. This is like a $2-3 Tuesday movie if you want to go see it. Overall, 5 out of 10. The story, they really should have hashed this out better. They didn't really explain much. The symbiotes that we got to see fight was quite short-lived. Like every last one of them kept getting bodied. Like it was like they couldn't put up a daggone fight. And I felt like that was just a waste. That whole 20 minutes was a waste. And keeping this movie at an hour and a half, I'm okay with that because if it would have went any longer, yo, it would have been me and Sony because they dropped the ball. They dropped the ball heavy. The only thing they really got was Mrs. Shin. Right, that was it.
I'll go real quick because I ain't got shit to say really. T, you a different type of nigga to be watching this shit. One day. I don't know what came over you to do that, but this just got me in such a foul mood. Not only
this is us with Joker.
Bro, every single Venom movie has had a symbiote villain. We done seen all these fucking creepy crawlies fight Venom for the last 7 years. Nothing original. We see 2 seconds of Noel. Nigga got some white wig on. He imprisoned on this little spider goop planet. It's like, bro, you used Shootawell. What's that nigga name? Ejiofor? Y'all use him as some general only to be an asshole. Excuse me. To one specific girl in the movie. It's like we didn't even see that chemistry build up. And he just came in shooting fire at Shorty for no reason. And then you got the one. What does she do? Drive to the facility and talk about cockroaches and educating some Navy SEAL on cockroaches. It's like, what is the point of all of this? And then we got, the jokes and shit, but it's like, okay, we get it. He's back from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and now he's in Mexico, and all of a sudden he's in a cartel's warehouse, and then he's fighting dogs, and nobody decides to shoot him in the head. They just let him talk for 3 minutes, and all of this extra shit going on. And don't nobody see this xenomorph or this xenophobe jumping on rooftops in Mexico made out of tinfoil? That shit was hopping around Mexico ain't nobody see that shit? Not a dog bark, none of that.
Undetected.
Bro, I'm like, this shit jumped from Mexico to Vegas in like 4 seconds. I'm like, what's going on here? We got so many scenes in this movie that could have so much in this movie could have been gone, so we could have just fleshed out what Noel was really gonna do. Like Mrs. Chin didn't have to be in the movie. Sorry, Terrence. That family did not have to be in the movie with the jokes about taking out their life savings to go see aliens. We didn't need Venom freeing dogs. We didn't need him fighting people to take off a tuxedo. It's like, bro, y'all thought all of this. They probably saw Deadpool was like, no, Venom need more jokes.
We gotta do it.
You know what? This movie put me in such a mood. You ever been in such a mood where you just been playing online? You probably played like 2 games of Madden, maybe 3 games of 2K, and you lost all of them.
Yo.
And you'd be like, yo, at this point, I'm gonna just go on Spank Bang because that's the only thing that's gonna cheer me up today.
I didn't think that's where he was going.
I feel like that's what this movie did for me. It was just like the action scenes was cool, but you're gonna kill symbiotes and just put them through a symbiote shredder in 30 seconds of being on screen.
That pissed me off.
Like all of this time, they've been trying to find hosts compatible with symbiotes, and then the symbiotes are like, "Oh no, we'll be compatible with anybody if there's xenophobe around." It's like what?
My thing is what made it worse. Homeboy that they came back and they put that one symbiote in him, the green one. That was short lived. He didn't really play a part. Just explain who Noel was, and that was it. And then, like you said, got put in the shredder. It was like most of these characters just a waste. It was a waste.
I'm like, and the thing is, they killed the. I'm like, y'all could have fleshed out him with Toxin talking about the symbiote that bonded to him. It moved on or something. It was like, bro, we saw his eyes light up blue at the end of the film. We talking about the symbiote moved on. Like, bro, if that was, I hope that wasn't Toxin on that inside that nigga. We're just crawling all over the ceiling and shit. It was just like, bro, and he could have broke out at any moment this whole time. Like, bro, I think they wrote the movie and they didn't go back and proofread.
Honestly, that's a good interpretation of it. That's how I feel.
Because it's like, yo, hey, let's have all these symbiotes in their cells. Oh wait, when the xenophobe come up, let's have them all break out their cells because they could have did that the whole time, and let's have them be compatible with everyone. After saying they need to be compatible with specific hosts, it was like, bro, like, did y'all fire the nigga that wrote the first half of the movie?
They just don't care. It's just a lot of not caring, I think.
Bro, but I really feel like, yeah, like you said, they really don't care. And it's like just because you got a superhero and you got a decent trailer don't mean you about to make $1 billion, bro. Like you got to put some type of care.
I don't think they care though, bro. They still like
they really don't.
Still got 30. They still, because of the international sales, it still made them a profit. So like that's all they look for. It's like, okay, we paid it because they pay, to my knowledge, they pay everybody off before the movie starts. They do all of the marketing for it before the movie
Andy
starts.
Serkis is playing Noel. So now people be like, oh, you got the mocap nigga of the century playing Noel. Maybe Noel in there doing something. Nope, he just chained up by symbiote webs, and then he show his teeth at the last.
It looks terrible.
And it's like, yo, he's not Thanos. Like everybody's not gonna be, oh, who's Noel? We got this big old secret white hair character. Let's go look at who he is. It's like, bro, like y'all really wasted Andy Serkis' time. Well, he probably just needed the bread, but y'all wasted my time thinking this nigga was gonna be in there doing something. It was just like, damn, the whole movie was just a waste of time. What did he do? He finally, like, bro, Venom, he's supposed to be a villain. He ate 4 people's heads the whole movie. I'm like, bro, y'all should have had him eating everybody's head off. Like, yo, no coming, let me eat these heads so I can get stronger because I'm about to just do what I want since I'm gonna die anyway. But no. He focusing on a fucking Hershey kiss that little boy gave him in a van. And it's like, bro, what is that? There was no heartfelt moments with that bum ass family, bro. Was it? I mean, if they all died at the end,
not wrong.
like bro,
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of like the little van scene when they were singing. I'm not gonna lie, it was cheesy as fuck, but I kind of liked it.
I mean, that 5-minute song could have been a 5-minute history lesson on why Noah was in prison. They could have used that. They said no. Let's just sing this fucking Billy Joel in the car with Eddie and Venom while my son feeds him Hershey Kisses up his ass. Niall, you go ahead, bro.
That's how I had enough. I had enough.
This shit got me mad as hell.
Yo, what's good, Go Red? What's cracking like it, man?
Oh man.
Oh boy. No, this movie was bad.
No, this movie was
This movie was terrible. I couldn't even focus. This movie was so bad. I started thinking about Halloween. I was thinking about other things. I was thinking about everything but the movie. Oh boy. There's no point in introducing no. There's no point. They should have just let it been like a last dance and let the reason why. Like I do, like even though I do understand how they were trying to like weave around the idea of the codex, and obviously that has to tie to no. Honestly, at this point, you could have just brought Woody Harrelson back and said it's gonna be tied to Venom or to Carnage, and just make sure both of them are done at the end of this movie. I wouldn't even introduce anybody new. Like, there's no point in introducing Null. Null is not, he's not the caliber of villain that Sony is capable of handling. So it's like, what is like, why? It's just kind of, that's the biggest thing on my mind in regards to this whole idea of Null being the center focus of the movie. They know that they can't. That's why they didn't have Null do any like interactive scene. They know it. That's exactly why he's just sitting in a chair with his head down for the whole movie, because they know if they tried to do a scene with Null, it wasn't gonna work, and that it would have probably tanked the movie even further. There's no reason for them to try to do. Yeah.
Just a quick one. Cole Red said, "Why they doing all these musical superhero movies?"
I don't know. Because it wins. Well, I'll tell you why the Joker did. It's because the first Joker was so good, they wanted to get an award. And if you look at the, what is it, the Oscars or the Academy Awards? I don't know which one it's called. But if you look at the history of those awards, musicals is like one of the top genres that like cleans up for movie of the year, or like something along the lines of movie of the year, if not movie of the year, like best supporting character. So that's why Joker, that if you really want to know why Joker was a musical, I really do believe that was the reason why. Is Todd Phillips didn't want to really do a film. They said, okay, you don't really want to do a film, at least get us an award. And they just kind of got stuck into this idea of, oh, well, we can make it a musical. Why all the other movies have music, so much like musical and like soundtracks to them, I don't know. They just don't. None of these. You remember? Okay, I'm gonna take a timeout and take us back into time. Remember when Avengers, like the first Avengers, came out, and then we got Age of Ultron, and then you really got like another dose of this during Endgame and Infinity Wars. Was there was so many people that were saying like, oh my god, I hate, like Martin Scorsese, I think, came out, a couple other like big directors and producers came out, and they were like, everybody loves these superhero movies, they're not even that good, why are they doing this, why are they making that? Remember when all of that happened, like throughout the whole thing of what happened was, now it's like all of the people that were saying that before, instead of trying to like double down and get away from making really crappy movies and like taking the superhero genre and making it like diluted, instead of like not doing that, they did that. They just like, it's like they gave in to the pressure or something. They're taking all of these superhero movies now and they're making them as bad as what people like Martin Scorsese and different people were saying before. Whereas before, it was going on an upward trajectory. When you had movies like Civil War, you had movies like the first Joker, you had movies like Infinity Wars and Endgame. It was like, we really are seeing the possibility of these movies being able to morph into something really good. And I think like when we got like, we now it's more or less like, instead of it being a trajectory, it's, you may get a hit. Like maybe you had a film where you possibly you hired the right script writer, you hired the right director, excuse me, you hired the right director, you hired the right actors. They're like, it's like Russian roulette. Whereas before it was like they were really trying to actually make a name, and people were, if you remember, a lot of like after like the first Avengers, a lot of people were like very aggressively arguing for the fact that superhero movies were becoming more grounded, because you got to think about it. Before that, we had what was like the Dark Knight trilogy was through that, and then when you got Avengers, you got Civil War, you got like these really good movies. And then even if you want to go before that, you got movies that were like cult classics like Sin City, you got movies that were cult classics like Watchmen. And again, we could keep going further and further back and see where like there was this pulse. And today they just destroyed that idea. Now, whether it's going to come back, whether we're going to start seeing that pulse have life to it again, I'm really worried that we don't. But who knows? Like, in Sage, like how I know you'll point out, like, well, you know, Spider-Man still has really good movies, or Batman still has really good movies. It's kind of like, it's one of those things where it's like that. I feel like that's gonna run out. It's kind of like you know, those little sand, the little like the little things you flip, and it's got like sand in it, and then like you see it gets real skinny line, and then there's no more sand.
Talk about an hourglass, nigga.
Yeah, hourglass. Thank you. Sorry, I couldn't remember what it was called. But I couldn't remember what it was called. I couldn't remember what it was called. I'm sorry.
I'm like, skinny sand flipping.
He like, what is he talking about? I couldn't remember it for the life of me. But thank you. You helped me. Thank you. But yeah, it's like an hourglass. Like right at when it feels like we're at the end of the hourglass. And are we gonna be flipped? Is it gonna be flipped back?
No.
So where we actually get like a continuous stream of just good content. I'm not saying every movie needs to be good. I understand it's going to be hard. There's going to be duds, but right now it's like inverted on the path that we were on before. And it's really, honestly, as a comic book fan and as somebody who loves movies like this, is very concerning. Like that to me makes me think you're going to start seeing briefly, I know that in a previous podcast, like T and I were talking about, and I think we played the trailer for Nosferatu, right? It's like if you're noticing more of these other movies, like even if it is centered on like a universe or something like that, you're seeing more of these other movies that are starting. What happened? Yeah, thanks, Colrad. I appreciate you. But we're seeing a trajectory of these other like trilogies of movies, or like other areas of just film, or just the regular films that would typically be covered by like the Academy or whatever. Is you're seeing that those films are starting to come back more and more and more and more. They're starting to be more aggressive, and there's no problem with that. But I'm really starting to think that the MCU and the DCEU and the Sony side is becoming so watered down that we won't. It might phase out completely. I don't think we're near that at this point, but it could be coming.
Bro, like that shit was like, I don't even smoke, bro, and that shit just made me want to get a cigarette. Like a straight cowboy killer, straight nicotine.
Well, get used to that, because you know T gonna make us watch Craven.
T ain't making us watch shit.
We gonna end up watching it. We gonna end up watching it.
I'm gonna go to the theater and see Craven. That's gonna be good.
You about to be smoking a cigarette. You about to be smoking a cigarette.
Bro, I'm just, bro, before Rob go, bro, I just can't. I'm just trying to understand what the fuck that movie was for. Like really, like when he bought what's the nigga name? Well, he didn't even have a name. The Mexican nigga with at the bar.
At the bar.
He was about to touch that little piece of Venom. You mean to tell me he ain't hear the whole US government breaking down his little hut and put that glass on that shit? Them niggas busted in and he just see a nigga put a shot glass over the symbiote and they take it away and tase his ass.
The crazy part is how far of time apart after he left for that little piece to be there, and it only moved just an inch, and then here he comes.
Bro, he had to be gone like 2 hours, bro.
Yeah, and that thing would have been moved.
It wasn't supposed to be a good movie.
Bro, but like to your point,
Just like accept that.
But you talking about like, oh, every movie don't have to be good, nigga. They getting a budget of millions and millions of dollars. They getting
120
time to
million.
write these scripts. Like, bro, that's like somebody saying, yeah, this NBA team don't have to be good. For example, Ben Simmons make 40 million a year. The nigga dropped 2 points yesterday in 24 minutes of play. He don't have to be good. No, when you dropping millions, nigga, some shit's supposed to be good.
I agree with that. I agree with that. But you can't expect everyone to hit. You can't expect everyone to hit. But I do agree that a lot of them should hit.
To put this at coming out of high school, going to LSU, first year in the league, Ben Simmons. That's early MCU, early Sony.
Yeah,
they made their money, and we getting bullshit.
That's what. No, like honestly, that's a great comparison. That's we are at prime Ben Simmons for the MCU right now,
bro. We have been going to these movies since teenagers. I can speak.
We are in our Ben Simmons.
Mm-hmm.
We in our Ben Simmons era for comic book movies.
Ben Simmons eras. Yes,
niggas didn't even have jobs when these movies came out, and we was in love with them. I had probably $35 to my name for the year.
Yeah,
wasting.
We was kids. We was kids, bro.
I'm like, bro, we have jobs now. You mean to tell me ticket prices done quadrupled and I'm paying $17 and a convenience fee to watch this? No. I'm finna start boycotting. My 17 might not mean much, but goddamn it. I mean, come on, nigga.
Yeah.
That's why if it's Sony, you already see how me and Sage is. If it's Sony, we don't care.
Bro, the fact that we even had to compare comic book movies to Ben Simmons just broke my heart.
But that is where it's at. That's where it's at. That's a great. That is like beautiful. That was beautiful. That's like poetic, but it's like accurate.
You see the nigga face?
Ridiculously
devastated,
bro. I might not talk for the rest of the week.
Yo, I was really sitting there watching that whole like I'm sitting there confused. Like you said, Derek, this shit is not Deadpool. I'm not looking for Venom to be a fucking jokester. This nigga, one, is supposed to be a villain. Two, at best, an anti-hero. Even at that, if I'm not mistaken, in the comics, he still wasn't like that. He was all dark and gloom.
Yes.
Because Eddie was like that as well. I mean, that nigga was going through hella shit in the comics. Nonetheless, it was so many things that, like, even though I said that the moment where they were singing in the car, that was nice, it just takes me out of the whole, and other parts that just take me out of the whole entire experience in general. One, the pacing felt OD rushed. Two, they just leave a symbiote out in the open like nothing is different. It's probably the craziest one with super speed. Now you got a Flash symbiote now too. I don't even think that ever happened in the comic books before. You would think they brought up her backstory about her fucking brother dying. Spoiler alert, brother dying because she got hit with lightning. The only other time we see that is when she runs quick to save somebody from an explosion. That's the only time we see it. Like, at that point, what's the purpose? I don't even, an hour 30 and this big get like 20-30 minutes screen time. I can't even get ingratiated with this character enough to care about her. Oh, she say the black girl. Okay, whoop-de-doo. Like, I'm sorry. That was me.
What kills me is why didn't she do it in the first place?
Like, made it all dramatic. Like, took it out of her pocket.
Yeah, like you could have been cracked that when you saw all the symbiotes like trying to help and fight. Like, yo,
she pussy. That's why.
And honestly, I'm gonna be real with y'all. If they are greenlit another daggone Venom movie or a movie to bring Nolan, she's going to be the key. She's the only one left.
I'm telling you, she's the only symbiote left.
Because there's no way Nolan can get out if he doesn't have that piece. So
yeah, she
have
no Venom,
but she ain't died.
But at this point,
bro, when the fuck was it confirmed this nigga died?
On top of that,
the symbiote.
No, remember Eddie was like, "Good thing we didn't
In the
die."
first,
Venom
in
was
the
like,
first,
Oh
about
yeah.
that.
in
Like,
the first movie.
so he
It looked
died.
like he died 1,000 times if we doing it like that. I didn't get
Yeah,
that
he
part
died.
either. If
Yeah,
that's the case.
I think the symbiote left him at that point in time, and
Oh,
then
at
it
that
came
point in the
back on him.
movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then it came back on him. If I'm remembering correctly, but it was just so many. I have so
It's
many
just
gripes
not
with
good.
There's so
It's
many
just
this. I have
not
so many
problems.
good.
gripes with this
bro,
movie.
with
But
her
all I was gonna
grabbing
do-
the symbiote and then squeezing it, how did she even know she was gonna be able to run fast?
Nah, she
Yeah,
just ended up
honestly.
using it. Whether it be the tendrils.
Yeah,
I'm
but how is
guessing.
it going to be helpful? How did you know it was going to be helpful?
She was like, "Oh, the black girl a mile away. Let me squeeze this symbiote jelly."
Symbiotes don't run fast in their films.
No,
They
don't.
the slowest, fastest runners. They
The
run
black
so
girl,
slow.
what was she supposed to be? A blue Carnage? The bitch just had little axes on her back and just started basically doing nothing because she ain't killed shit. I'm like, yeah, they need to just grind her ass up.
Yeah, she couldn't do a thing. Like doing all of that work for
Bro,
nothing.
she's shouting commands and shit. I'm like, you're putting in no pain.
Yeah.
It was them double-headed symbiotes running around doing all the bullshit.
And on top of that, I'm pretty sure it was some of them niggas that were dead or on the verge of dying that also got symbiotes at that present point in time. Patrick Mulligan fucking died and got a symbiote. So why doesn't he have a codex as well? Like,
Bro,
it's so much bullshit that you like.
Yeah,
How did y'all
that's a
come?
good point.
How did y'all do this? And really think to yourselves, this is it. This is what we want to leave Venom off on.
So,
And I'm not gonna lie, hold on. I'm gonna call out the fucking actors too. Cause I can't remember his name, even though he cool as hell. God damn it, nigga. The main
Chiwetel
actor.
Ejiofor, the black
No,
Tom Hardy.
that nigga too. Tom Hardy though. Tom Hardy. Why don't y'all niggas put your fucking foot down to these studios and be like, nigga, look
I
at
think
this
they
script.
like the movies.
This shit is ass.
I think they like it.
Ass gas.
He damn near wrote it at this point.
I
A
think
hot
they like
can
it.
of ass.
They get really into it, bro. They get
Bro,
really
he's
into
the
it.
voice of Venom. All he had to do was tell him like, "Yo, it's too jokey, this and this." Like, no, he was having
He liked it.
Here's
was
the thing,
having too much of a blast.
the only person we know that does the character and writes the films and does an amazing job at it is Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, let's take that amazing.
All
right,
That's the only one. That's the only one. That's the only one.
You said amazing job. He do all right. Deadpool is
they
just
get
an annoying
going-
white frat boy. They don't take no years of acting school to do all that. They could have had anybody do that shit.
So Colrane said because they're going to get someone else to do it, you know they missing on the check.
That's understandable. God damn. At some point in time, where's the integrity at? Like
They're
now,
like, yo, we'll find another circus monkey.
Tom-
to play Venom.
What was it? Tom Holland's the only one right now that stepped up and said, like, I want to give them something good with Spider-Man.
Yeah, he the only one that like really.
He the
That's
only
why
one.
I was like really happy to hear him say that because he the first person I've heard say that
He
where it's
gets
like,
it.
nah, yo, I'm not
gets
trying to
it.
just make some trash. He the first person you heard say that. Maybe Robert Downey Jr. did that. Maybe I don't know. I'm just
No,
assuming.
That's early MCU. Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
shit. He was involved in the good shit. Tom Holland's like, hold up now. Y'all brought
I
me
want to
in
be
at
involved in
Marvel.
some good stuff.
He like, y'all brought me in at the Civil War shit when y'all was at the apex. Now we on a downward spiral. No. I signed a 6-movie deal and them shit's already done. He said, God damn it, I need 6 more movies. So we got to get this shit up and rolling.
yeah,
Yeah, shout out to him for that, for real. Because
it's so confusing because you bring no, and I don't
No
know how
point.
many. I told the pod y'all before we even started recording, bro. I told the pod I need to get a goddamn board so I can show off how many times I said I told you so, and I was fucking right this year. Niggas been right over and over again. I said the Invincible new season was going to
I
be
give
a
you
full
Invincible.
season complete. I told niggas that fucking
said
Joker 2
Invincible
was
what?
going to be ass.
I was with
the
you
new
on
season.
Joker.
The new season of Invincible was going to be the full complete season. They wasn't going to do that split.
He
in the
did say
middle.
that.
Oh, yeah,
I
you did
said
say
that a minute ago. Joker
But-
2 was going to be
Hold
ass.
on.
I
But you
agree
did
with
say,
that one.
hold on. But you did say with Invincible, oh, this season's gonna be amazing. The first 4 episodes of season 2 was Not good
it
at
was
all.
still good. You thinking of it? You still thinking of it as if it's 2 parts. If you watch it all together, it's still good.
Yeah,
No, you
no,
definitely right
You
about
still
the
watch
Joker
it.
shit. And,
no. The last
you
four
still
were
watch
good. The first four were not.
You still watch it. It was building up on it. It had to do it.
Building up,
Yes.
bro.
Yeah.
They did a lot of building up in season 1, and we got a big crescendo, and then they went back to slowing things down the first 4 episodes.
Yeah, they had to build it up again.
Oh gosh, here you go.
It was a new season. But regardless, told niggas that this movie was gonna be ass. And I've been right. That's 3 off the top of my head. If I dig deeper, I'm pretty sure I'll pull some more out my ass. I ain't gonna lie.
What's another hot take? What's another hot take?
Oh, we already know Craven's gonna be some shit too.
You already talked about Craven. We need something new. What's that new hot take?
I got a hot take. Every fucking
for
the next 4 years gonna be some hot.
Nah, I actually think
I'm with that. I'm actually with D's take.
I actually think James Gunn is gonna do justice to the DCU.
James Gunn Superman is gonna be some candy ass cowboy.
I'm with D on that one. I'm willing to be wrong on that, but I'm going to just say
I hope I'm wrong on Superman, but I'm like, bro, from the reveal picture to the set photo,
it does not do
to
it.
the costume. It's like, bro, we seen Zack Snyder shit look like it was out of a futuristic movie. Every superhero in that world had their own different texture, had their own soundtrack. This Superman got on a padded suit. The nigga 6'5", 240 pounds, and he wearing a padded suit as an invincible alien. Kick rocks, James Gunn. Let me change my name.
I do think the animated show will be good. I think that though.
You talking about Creature Commandos?
Yeah.
I think he's gonna cook. He did justice with Guardians of the Galaxy. He did a phenomenal job.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I
feel like he could do with that goofy shit though. Suicide Squad, Guardians of the Galaxy. Look at James Gunn. Look how he act. You can be like, yo, we got some circus characters for you. Make a movie out of it.
I am curious about the serious aspect, but even at that though, even Guardians of the Galaxy was goofy. It still was able to captivate folks with its serious tones as well. Especially with this Guardians of the Galaxy 3 with Rocket and his backstory and the seriousness of the tone that transpired there.
Seriousness of a computerized raccoon?
Yeah, them niggas was all
animals.
Them niggas, damn, them niggas was all I'm calling Peter on your ass. Them niggas was
emotional.
Yeah, them niggas was all experimented on.
They took his best friend out, son.
Oh,
best friend though.
What, the sea otter?
Bruh.
It was all right. Take the animals, take the idea of animals out for a minute. The story around those animals wasn't terribly written. It was pretty decent. That wasn't like bad. I wouldn't consider that bad. It was pretty good.
It coincided with the movie. It made the movie flow well. The story was cool. The introduction of new characters was cool. I think depending on the day. Right now, I'm feeling James Gunn might be able to cook, but that might be just my only hot take for right now.
No, but I think it's 2 out of 3. You could pick whatever one you want to be 2 out of 3. I think 2 out of 3 will be good.
All right, but what we rating Venom? Everybody, I know T. You said 5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
D, what you got?
Yeah, I got a 3.
3, goddamn, 3 out of 10.
Mm-hmm.
I go in the middle. I go 4 to 5. 4 to 5.
I want to meet anybody that gave this shit over a 5 in a back alley.
Didn't
Red, what do you give Venom?
I don't think he's seen it.
Yo, Code Red, don't waste your hour and a half today. Go to the gym.
Yeah, save your time.
Go spend some time.
You can change your life with that hour and a half.
Go make you a nice dinner. You gonna watch that shit just like, bro. I'm telling y'all.
Just start watching One Piece for that hour.
This should put a whole damper on his mood for the day.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, bro, you ever like just think about it. As kids, we was told to work hard, and you got to put out all of this shit, and you got to work hard to put out a good product. It's somebody that really sat there and think they worked hard and put that shit out. Somebody really sat there and was like, I bust my ass for Venom 3.
The CGI people did probably. Don't do that to them, because they probably was.
I'm not even talking CGI. I know it's gonna be hard because you got a flowy liquid alien that you got to do.
Yeah,
nigga. I'm talking about the story
The writers.
Robert, how many essays and shit do we have to write for Mrs. Gent and Miss Hunter and all them teachers in Catholic school?
Too
How
much
many essays do we write in high school and college? How much shit do we have to write? You mean to tell me niggas can't write a movie script?
7 years, nigga. You been in hibernation this whole
I
time.
haven't been to the movies in 7 years. Damn, you ain't missing nothing. 7 years was probably the last good movie I seen in theaters.
Dang, Cole Red. Cole Red, I don't blame you though. I'm not even mad at that.
2019 Endgame came out, or Infinity War. That shit 5 years old already. So yeah, for 5 years, I ain't seen nothing better than that.
Jeez Louise. Not even Spider-Man?
No, I did not like that shit, bro.
Damn.
They killed Aunt May.
Yeah.
And Peter was just sitting in the rain. If somebody killed my aunt in a building with a bomb,
that was iconic though.
At the end, he was about to kill him.
The first nigga I see, I don't care if it's Stan Lee, he getting swung on. You was not about to kill my aunt and have me sitting on top of the Brooklyn Bridge with my mask off, just waiting for Spider-Man to come around. He was not mad enough. I'd have been like, Dr. Strange, where you at? I need to make one more wish. Bring that bitch back tonight.
Nigga is beating up old men in the back alley with Spider-Man powers is nuts, bruh.
Bro, I can't believe they put out Venom. I can't believe Venom got 3 movies before we got a decent Justice League movie.
Who's doing Spider-Man Noir too? I'm sorry to interrupt.
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying, is that Sony? Is that Sony or is that?
Yeah, that's Sony. That's Sony.
Oh boy.
Why would we need Spider-Man Noir? Bro, all we need is more Spider-Verse, Miles Morales movies, and some decent Daredevil shit. They said, I know what we can do to get the cash going. Nicolas Cage.
I don't think Sony has Deadpool anymore.
Ghost Rider, and that was in 07.
Sony doesn't have Deadpool.
But Sony doesn't have Daredevil.
He said Daredevil. Yeah.
I'm just saying, as far as comic books, all we need is some decent street level shit. Spider-Man Noir, you can't, bro. If I rounded up 100 kids, this don't sound right. If I asked 100 kids, would you like a Spider-Man Noir show? If I asked 500 adults, y'all want a Spider-Man Noir show? They'd be like, what's that?
That's fair.
You know who knows about Spider-Man Noir? Us. I found out about this nigga last year.
Spider-Man Black?
They got this nigga dressed like Sherlock Holmes? Bro, who asked for that?
Did you see the
video
behind the scenes?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
He said I was gonna ask, what's that?
Yo, we appreciate you, Cole Red. We appreciate you, bro.
Bro, they in Hollywood they just throwing darts on characters' names, bro.
Which one we got today?
Who was that? Spider-Man Noir?
Yes.
3-picture deal. The fuck?
Throw the whole budget at it,
bro. They might make a bronze tiger movie.
If they was gonna do something like that, they should have just stuck with the animate. They could have done the animated.
Yeah, just did an animated version. That's fine.
And the thing could have done that. Spider-Verse shit, the animation style is so different. Like it just really feels different. Every single joint can have its own animation style, but no.
And that's the thing. They showed that in the first Spider-Verse movie when they introduced Spider-Man Noir and the Spider-Pig and all of them. They all had their own different animation within Miles's world, which was kind of dope. Especially when they were showing like their backstory. It was a whole different animation setting. You could have easily stuck that out. Could have easily stuck that out and made a movie out of that.
All I know is we done spent way too much time on this damn movie when we said we wasn't gonna spend that much time on this damn shitty ass dumpster fire. So you know what? We give Venom 2 big thumbs down for your bitch ass. Sony, sell the rights back to Marvel. Matter of fact, keep the animated shit. Y'all kill the animated shit for whatever reason. Y'all got that.
Japan. Sony is a Japanese company.
That's very true. Mm-hmm. So y'all able to kill that. OD. When it comes to the live action, leave that shit to Marvel.
It's like a live action anime. It's literally a whole bunch of live action anime movies.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what it is.
Cause that shit was fucking atrocious, dog. All right. So we got a Marvel Theory episode. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. We've been hearing rumors that Spider-Man 4 is gonna come out right after Avengers Doomsday, and allegedly is supposed to be a sequel to Avengers Doomsday. I just read a rumor earlier of that on Twitter. Now keep in mind this is a rumor, so take it with a grain of salt. But we do got that Marvel Theory movie that is talking about Robert Downey Jr. and his Doctor Doom and who is gonna be.
Bro, if his Doctor Doom take that mask off and don't have a disfigured face, I promise you, they're gonna have to drag me out the movie.
It's not. I think they might have to drag you out the movie, bro.
He gonna take that mask off and look like Robert Downey Jr. in 2008.
Yeah,
I promise you. I'm gonna
yes.
screaming. I'm gonna ruin that movie.
You about to be screaming in the theater.
I'm gonna go to the box and I'm gonna just unplug shit because that's
you
not
about
how
to go to the box and unplug stuff. That's what's going, bro. That's why they brought Robert Downey
Bro,
Jr.
how do
back.
these
They
niggas
wanted
be
that.
getting scoops? Who do they talk to be getting all these damn scoops?
They be plugged in.
Yeah, they got a couple different people on Twitter, especially they be under fake handles and everything like that.
Like,
So
bro, imagine your job is to work for Marvel Studios and you're like, nope, I'm gonna be a mole for this fucking weirdo on YouTube so he can talk for 15 minutes about shit that I'm
Let
supposed
them
to
get
work
their
on.
shine.
They
bro.
get paid too.
Money like this, right?
He just paid me $2,000 to spill the beans.
Yeah, nigga, you gonna take $2,000?
Cole Red said it's not who you talk
Hey, that
to,
sound
it's what
crazy.
you can do.
Hey, that
oh
sound
my
crazy.
gosh.
Oh no.
Oh my gosh. Go red.
Oh no.
You gotta chill. You might be worse than all of us.
Oh no.
All right, let's go ahead and run this vid.
I believe there is a massive twist coming with Robert Downey Jr. And essentially this massive twist will be that the character that we followed from the very first Marvel Cinematic Universe movie all the way till his heroic sacrifice at the end of Avengers Endgame, that guy was never actually Tony Stark. And instead it will be revealed that that character was a variant of Victor Von Doom that had been adopted by the Starks and was raised as Tony Stark, despite actually being a variant of Victor Von Doom.
What?
Now, I've talked about this theory before. This was a theory I had right after we got the actual crazy announcement in July. But the crazy part about this is that there have been a ton of little things that have come out since then that have convinced me even further. And so in this video, I want to talk about all the different reasons why I still think this is the plan. And I have actually refined the theory a bit based on some stuff that insiders have recently said. So one of the things that happened in the months following was a lot of discussions from Alex Perez over on the Cosmic Circus as far as what he has heard about Marvel's plan for RDJ Doctor Doom. One of the interesting elements that Alex focused on was the motivation for RDJ's Doctor Doom and how they're going to set that up via the Fantastic Four movie and several other films, including, of course, Avengers Doomsday. And I'm paraphrasing here, but what Alex basically said was that if they do what they want to do with Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom, it will set him up as sympathetic and that the audience will understand why Doom is doing what he is doing. And in fact, Alex went as far as to say that he may well be more justified than Thanos was during the events of the Infinity Saga. Now, just to kind of put this in context of like what fans think when they make these kind of comments, the idea here is that Thanos in the MCU, as opposed to from Marvel Comics, was a sympathetic character. I know that sounds crazy, but walk with me on this. You have to remember that in Marvel Comics, Thanos was a nihilist. He didn't actually have a plan other than just around with the universe and destroying a whole bunch of life. He was actually trying to win the favor of Mistress Death. And in fact, the snap, which eliminated half the life in the universe, was done by Thanos just to try to impress Mistress Death. He's like, oh, baby, you love death? Well, check this out. How about like how all the death, half the death? And the point is that in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they changed this. They made Thanos more sympathetic. Thanos in the Marvel Cinematic Universe sees that the universe is unsustainable. He's like, if we keep going like this, everybody's going to die. So I have to kill half the life so that everybody else can live and so that the universe itself can live. So even though he's doing some super messed up stuff, he's doing it for like a good reason. He actually wants to save the universe. So Alex's comments about RDJ's Doctor Doom potentially being more sympathetic to that got me thinking. That is quite an interesting thing to say. Now, in addition to that, we have new information about what exactly is going on with the Fantastic Four movie and Victor Von Doom. So it did come out recently that RDJ's Doctor Doom will be the Victor Von Doom from the actual Fantastic Four universe, because it has been established that this new MCU Fantastic Four movie is going to be in a separate universe. It doesn't take place in the 616 universe. This is a different one. What that means is that the Victor Von Doom that we're going to meet via RDJ does not come from 616. He is a variant in a different universe. And so that character in a different universe is going to discover something that's going to put him on a crusade, which will lead to Doomsday. And according to My Time to Shine Hello, the motivation for Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom is to eliminate the multiverse. He wants there to just be one universe so that he can better protect it. And so this variant of Victor Von Doom is going to discover something that sends him on that crusade to destroy the multiverse, which likely involves the sacred timeline, because in Deadpool, it's kind of hinted that the only universe that matters is the sacred timeline. So maybe that's the only universe that Doom can actually use, right? So he has to kind of reform that universe. So what could motivate that character in a way to destroy so many different universes, but would also have the audience being kind of sympathetic towards him? This could be as simple as Victor sees that the entire multiverse is going to be destroyed, maybe by the Beyonders, and he wants to just stop that. And so he's justified in doing whatever he thinks is necessary to stop that. That is essentially the motivation of Doctor Doom in the Jonathan Hickman Secret Wars event. That, of course, being at least inspiration and partially something that the MCU is going to adapt in their version of Secret Wars, because there's incursions in Multiverse of Madness. They also will probably play a role in what happens in Doomsday, and that's from Jonathan Hickman's Secret Wars. So some elements of that story are for sure being adapted. However, hold on to that thought, because I think it's more complicated than just Robert Downey Jr. wanting to save the multiverse. Partially because if My Time to Shine Hello is correct, Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom actually wants to eliminate the multiverse. He just wants one universe. So perhaps he's just trying to save everything from being destroyed, and the only way he could see that working is with a singular universe. However, I actually think there's more depth and actual character stuff that gave the Russo brothers this idea. I think here it's worth going back to what the Russos said on stage at San Diego Comic-Con.
As fans of the comic know, Secret Wars is incredibly ambitious. All of this made Joe and I understand that we would need to make another essential movie first in order for all of us to be ready for Secret Wars.
Yeah, there is one very, very important character that is required to do Secret Wars justice. And it's a character that Marvel has not introduced yet. And it could be the most important character in all of the Marvel universe.
Ladies and gentlemen, as proof of the unimaginable possibilities in the Marvel multi-universe, we give you the one person who could play Victor Von Doom.
And I think the thing you really need to pay attention to what we just watched is the fact that they really feel like it had to be Robert Downey Jr. to tell this story, right? And they used the phrase multi-universe. So essentially, they have a story that they think is compelling. They have an idea that made it necessary that it would be Robert Downey Jr. to play Victor Von Doom. And they utilize the phrase multi-universe when talking about that, which I think implies that the idea needs Robert Downey Jr. as Victor Von Doom, because Robert Downey Jr. was Iron Man. And something else that has made this really evident to me has been the discussion about Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom being the definitive Doctor Doom. Now, this comes from an interview with Robert Downey Jr. himself, where he was talking about how this idea came about, and he references the fact that Kevin Feige mentioned that they absolutely need to get Victor Von Doom right. And then there were some comments from different scoopers and insiders, mostly Daniel RPK, about how Kevin Feige and Marvel Studios view Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom as the definitive Doctor Doom. This was in reference to the idea of a different Doctor Doom after Secret Wars. There are a lot of fans out there that don't love Robert Downey Jr. as Doctor Doom, and they actually want somebody else to be Doctor Doom. And they think that this whole RDJ Doctor Doom is probably like a Tony Stark variant or something. And they're like, no, well, that's, whatever. But can we just get regular Doctor Doom after this? And basically, Daniel said no. And he said no because Marvel views Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom as the Doctor Doom. This is actual Victor Von Doom, the Victor Von Doom, the definitive Victor Von Doom. In fact, just last week, the Russo brothers sat down with Frosty from Collider, did an interview talking about Secret Wars. This was the first time they spoke about it since Comic-Con. And they said in this interview again that the whole reason they're doing this is because they have a compelling story idea that they think will delight and surprise fans.
What motivated us to come back wasn't, we're not chasing that. What we're chasing is this idea that we felt there was more powerful storytelling to be done. And that's what motivated us when we tuned into a story that we felt like had to be told, that we wanted to tell, and that would be an incredible thrill, not just for us, but for audiences. That's kind of what we're focused on. We can't really control, sort of how things, what ends up to a movie after you make it. All we can do is put our best effort into making it.
Yeah, there's no better experience as a filmmaker than, galvanizing audiences around the world and getting them excited about a really ambitious story. And, it's certainly was a highlight of our careers, was sitting in audiences watching Infinity War and Endgame with those audiences when it was electric and felt like a rock concert. And, stories are one of the last things that we have left that bind people together still. And they have the opportunity to try to do that again, and to have the opportunity to try to, get people excited about a story that that they all can all get behind and share in together. It was really, attractive to us because we knew it would had the potential to be another really special experience.
How can Robert Downey Jr. actually be the definitive Doctor Doom? How can he be justified in making some kind of a crusade to eliminate the multiverse? How could it be the case that the Russo brothers had this idea that it had to be Robert Downey Jr. because it's so compelling and it makes use of the Marvel multi-universe? I think this all has to do with the sacred timeline, and it has to do with the fact that this version of the multiverse is a false reality, at least on the sacred timeline. And if you think about it, we already know that 616 is kind of a false reality. Number one, we know this because Marvel Studios didn't have access to Spider-Man and the X-Men and the Fantastic Four. So by definition, it had to be a Marvel universe that could only use characters that it already had via its licenses. But we know from an in-universe explanation that it's a false reality as well. Because of the TVA and the Loki series, we know that He Who Remains defeated everybody else in the multiversal war and then reset the sacred timeline using the TVA to make sure that certain things happened and certain things did not. Remember that everything we saw in the Infinity Saga was literally on a script that He Who Remains had, and the TVA themselves were pruning realities to make sure that the timeline stayed exactly the way that He Who Remains wanted it to stay. And so this is how I think they could bring this all together. This is how Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom can be the definitive Doctor Doom. He can be justified in wanting to destroy the multiverse and make a singular universe. This is how the story is going to be compelling and why the Russos needed Robert Downey Jr. to be Victor Von Doom and how it will utilize the multi-universe. I think it's going to go down like this. RDJ's Victor Von Doom, a variant that exists out there in the multiverse, will discover that the multiverse is collapsing. As he studies more of the multiverse, he will learn that every single universe is about to be destroyed except for the sacred timeline. And I think this partially because of some stuff that was said in Deadpool and Wolverine, including some really crazy stuff that happened in a deleted scene. Just think about this. They wanted to grab Deadpool from a dying universe and bring him to the sacred timeline, the only timeline that matters. So then I think RDJ Dr. Doom will be like, okay, I'll go to the sacred timeline. I'll team up with the Victor Von Doom from the sacred timeline, and we will solve this problem. And then he's going to realize there's no Dr. Doom on the sacred timeline. And then he's going to realize that not only is there not a Victor Von Doom on the sacred timeline, but his variant, the true Dr. Doom on the sacred timeline, was adopted by the Starks and grew up to be a hero. And if you know Victor Von Doom from the comics, this would infuriate him. It would already be infuriating to Dr. Doom that somebody would create a timeline without Dr. Doom in it. But the idea of taking Dr. Doom and turning him into Iron Man, making him not have any of his magical training and setting him up to be a hero, that is like the ultimate disrespect to everything that Doom thinks of himself as. So this would make this Dr. Doom the definitive Dr. Doom, because he's a variant that somehow actually managed to become properly Dr. Doom. It would make this character justified in going on a crusade to reshape the multiverse, because this sacred timeline and most of the multiverse was twisted to make him either not exist or make him into a hero. It would be the compelling thing that the Russo brothers are talking about, and why they would need Robert Downey Jr. to play this role of Victor Von Doom, because it's compelling, because it recontextualizes everything that happened in the Infinity Saga. All the different moments when Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man went a little dark are now completely explained by the fact that at his core, he was actually Victor Von Doom. It also plays this really nice game of like nurture versus nature, right? Because this is essentially the nature of Victor Von Doom with the nurture of the Starks, which technically doesn't seem like it was that good, but it was good enough to make him heroic and make him not turn into complete crazy evil Dr. Doom. It allows all the characters that know RDJ's Iron Man to have second thoughts about all of their interactions with that character and to really consider what was going on in their own universe. And ultimately, it would allow the character of Tom Holland's Spider-Man to have incredibly emotional moments with the character of Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Doom, which is another thing that the scoopers will not stop talking about, because that appears to be like the core element of the Doomsday film. And Tom Holland and Robert Downey Jr. are going to be like the two main people in that movie. So there you have it. There's all the new evidence and my sort of refined theory of what is going on with Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. I would love to know what you think about this. So drop a comment down in the comment section. And as I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video.
All right, so that was a lot of info, but
God damn, that nigga a yapologist.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie though.
15 minutes with no breath. Pause.
That is a crazy. Just think about the implications that he just said. The last part in regards to Spider-Man having a black suit and him having to come face to face with his idol. That is a different twist that even I myself was not expecting. And it's a twist that I'm not gonna lie, I kind of love it.
You think he gonna be that mad in a black suit seeing Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom?
It's not.
It's
not that mad. It's more so he's disappointed, and that disappointment, coupled that with the black suit, is gonna come out as anger. Even though it's not going to be
fair
real.
For the story. That's 100% fair for the story.
An OD push for a story. Like, that's a hell of a hit. Like, Robert Downey Jr. coming to this universe being like, yo, what the fuck y'all talking about? There's no Dr. Doom on this bitch. And the nigga who's supposed to be Dr. Doom turned into a fucking superhero. You got me fucked up. Nigga, I'm Doom. That even makes me feel like Robert Downey Jr. is going to encapsulate this role even more.
I just don't like them taking away the story of Tony Stark. So by effect, there would be no Tony Stark. It would have been Dr. Doom.
I don't believe so.
Bro, the nigga we just seen in Endgame, the nigga went back and met his dad, and his dad was like, my wife's pregnant. All of a sudden, that Tony Stark was adopted, so the baby was a miscarriage. And hey, we got to go change some history. It turns out we adopted this little this little nigga from Latveria. Yeah, so we adopted him, and we had a stillbirth. So that's the reason why we named him Tony Stark. Nigga, what? We just had. We
I
just.
think the story of Tony Stark is just like a really good story for the MCU. That it sucks.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, bro, they literally just told us that he met his dad while his mom still had him, and he was pregnant. Well, she was pregnant. Like, how they gonna say, oh, he was an adopted kid in the MCU? It's like, bro, like,
Or it could be that was his brother that we just happened. Then that's another storyline. Is the idea that being his brother?
Oh my fucking gosh, how many storylines these niggas want to create?
I know, but everything outside of that part, I did kind of like though. And I do see what you're saying with the idea of if they do a Spider-Man with the black suit and you trying to have that emotionally charged moment for him. I mean, he lost everybody. Likely he probably, like, I think more than likely the Happy will be packed up in this whole sequence as well. So if you throw Happy in there, it would be everybody that he loved gone. And then him having to face Robert Downey Jr., who looks like somebody who was like a father figure for him, and his morals being completely flipped. It is for Spider-Man. It is actually like a pretty good direction for them to go, but I don't know. I just don't really like the idea of Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark having this new story brought in.
We've been
outside of that, it is pretty
2008, nigga. It's damn near gonna be 20. The nigga was damn near. It's gonna be 20 years by the time the movie come out. The Robert Downey Jr. been Iron Man. We gonna be like, no. Fuck everything.
Remember, I said this. I said they would have to do something to completely separate us from Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark. This is it. This makes sense. This makes sense that this would be how they would go about.
They could have just casted somebody else and just had a regular ass Doctor Doom.
They could have.
But they're not going to do that. They found their way to make more money, so they're going to bring back RDJ.
Simmons era, they just want to say, fuck it. We got niggas the sloppiest shit we got.
Yeah.
In our thought process.
I'm not going to lie to you, though. I do trust the Russo brothers to kind of weave around a good story. They haven't really given me a reason to believe that they can't when it comes to a comic book.
Name 5 good movies the niggas did.
Infinity War, Endgame?
I said name 5 good movies.
I mean, yes, I can't name 5, but
exactly,
they don't have that many movies.
From what we have seen, they have done.
My name again, y'all niggas piss me off.
They have done. They've
done Captain America, Winter Soldier.
Yeah,
Extraction 1, Extraction 2,
2, 3.
Cherry.
Who?
Of Cherry, that joint with Tom Holland. The Gray Man. Pieces. Past Midnight. They
y'all
only
niggas
have
naming movies. I said name.
No.
5.
No. They only have 9 movies that they. 9 movies that they made.
And I say the 2 that they did that were comic book. Were 3 that they did that were comic book were pretty good movies. So I do trust them. Like I do trust them in this setting.
They did. So they did Pieces, Welcome to Collinwood, You, Me, and Dupree, Crashing, Captain America, Winter Soldier, and Merry Freaking Christmas. They also did Civil War, Infinity War, Disney Pursuit, Adventures Endgame, 21 Bridges, Mosul, Super Me, Extraction, Relic, Cherry, The Gray Man, Everything Everywhere All at Once. Yes, that's another one.
Yeah,
Everything Everywhere All at Once is probably the worst shit I ever. I cried during that movie because I couldn't get my money.
That movie was good.
That movie was fucking terrible.
That movie was great.
It was amazing.
Yo, bro. Jamie Lee Curtis won an Oscar for having dick hands. Get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit.
All right.
Whatever the fuck they want with these cameras and these.
All right.
What
they do, they have out of the. All right, let's just go by the
queen.
Let's just go by the
queen and acted her ass off, and they gave a fucking Oscar to Jamie Lee Curtis with a bad wig and sausage fingers. She was in the film.
Let's just go by the comic. Let's just go by the comic book movies. He said Captain America, Winter Soldier, Civil War, Infinity War, and Endgame. Those 4 are good movies.
And The Gray Man. That was a good one. The Gray Man's a good one.
I said 5. Y'all don't want to meet the requirements.
Sound like 5 right there. That's 5 right there.
Everything always everywhere at once.
That's all I need to hear to let me know this movie about to go to the straight trash.
Hey, I'm a
They
compute
write
this.
they
I
write
think,
this
I
story.
think really though, it's because we using a 5'7" Doctor Doom when the nigga is
He not gonna be
I
5'7".
don't love him
They not
as
gonna
Dr.
make it
Doom.
look like him.
They gonna
Y'all,
make him
y'all
5'7".
niggas been watching this nigga Iron Man this whole entire time, and not once did niggas be like, "Hey, this is a short ass Iron Man."
No,
Not
he looked like a
once.
short. He was short.
Robert. He
He
looks
was
small as fuck
noticeably.
in
Robert Downey
everything.
Jr. is a
Not
short guy.
In
once.
Iron Man 1,
Go
he
back to
looked
that
like
movie.
Prince, a
Go
short
back to
little
that
nigga.
movie. Go back to that movie. I promise you, the height difference is not gonna be as glaring as y'all think.
Obadiah Stane
Well,
was like
if
6 feet
it's a
taller
good
than
story, yeah. If it's a good story, then the height it really won't make a difference. But I
Bro.
mean, I do agree with you. I wish that somebody else had been casted as Doctor Doom. I share my sentiments
Dr.
about
Doom
that.
be writing. I swear, Marvel wasted Mads Mikkelsen to
He would have
play
been great.
an amateur birthday magician, and they could have had that nigga as Dr. Doom, but no. Leave it up to the great minds at Marvel.
I wish they would have brought back the nigga that did it before in the first Fantastic Four. Was that him?
I know you
Ooh.
talking about the.
You talking about the nigga
Yeah.
from the joint in 2005?
Yeah.
Oh, him? Yeah, he was pretty good, but I mean, they just gave him static shock powers for some reason.
Yeah, I don't know. But
Yeah.
hopefully, and the Russo brothers, usually they get the canon correct in terms of the lore. So hopefully, and they're using Jonathan Hickman's, which is again one of the best comic runs that we have ever seen to date in our entire lifetimes, in the whole entire inception of
Oh,
comics.
absolutely.
So I don't think that they're really in a bad place. All they have to do is make sure that everything comes together. And the Russo brothers, they were able to juggle everything they had to with the Infinity War and Endgame, and they came out unscathed. They came out even better than before.
I think I'm gonna like it, but it's gonna be hard.
I'm gonna put this on the board where I told you so. Just watch out, y'all. Marvel.
No,
I told
I
niggas
do.
Marvel was back ever since Deadpool was gonna drop. I told niggas that once Deadpool dropped, Marvel's gonna be back on their ascension. Now wait, we gonna wait and to see this Captain America, but we seen some trailers. That thing look a little hot. I ain't gonna lie. Thunderbolts possibly teetering, but I gotta see more about that jump. Regardless, I'm gonna put it on your memory banks. Remember this.
So what's the next joint coming out for Marvel? Captain
America and then Thunderbolt after.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Captain America comes out February in the nigga month.
Yep.
Bro, they be calling that nigga Captain African America.
That's wild. That's wild. But what I will say is I still think my sentiments from earlier this year kind of stand that it's gonna be a lot weighing on this Captain America movie.
Bro, I feel bad for Anthony Mackie.
I think
It might be really good though. It might be. That's what I'm saying. It could be.
It might be, but you know we ain't gonna get our props, nigga. The movie was good, and then they're gonna find a way to spin it and say somebody else did better than that nigga.
Nah.
Watch, they gonna give
That
Harrison
should be
Ford a
his
fucking
film.
Oscar. Watch.
Imagine.
That should be,
I was
I
just
think
thinking
that's
about
gonna be his
Anthony
film.
Mackie gonna act his ass off, dude, the best he can in his ability. Harrison Ford gonna get all the glory. Watch, for being a Red Hulk nigga.
I just hope that is good. I just hope that is good because if that movie isn't good, then it kind of shake that foundation that you're talking about, Sage. So
Yeah.
I just hope that it's really important that that movie is good.
It is.
Like even if Thunderbolts is okay, it won't matter if that movie is good. But if that movie is if that movie is okay and Thunderbolts is okay, I still will roll with that Marvel is in the right direction, especially because of what we know is going to be coming down the line. I would be fine with that. But if both of those movies are bad, which is the worst case scenario, ooh, it's gonna be tough.
And just to end it off here, I have been hearing y'all niggas say that y'all been liking Agatha Harkness.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I do.
same here.
All along, Agatha.
Not tuned in.
That is another Marvel media that again has come out since Deadpool, and they have been crushing it. I'm just saying.
They kept it short and sweet that I feel like it's hard for anybody not to be like, all right, like even if you hate it, even if you really don't like it, which I do know people that don't, it's like that's why I say sometimes you got to make something short because if you make it short enough, people will be forgiving of it. If you drag, like remember we was talking about JJK, I was bringing this up. If they finish that ending quick enough, people will be forgiving of it. That's how I feel Agatha was. It's nothing great, but the point that really me and T wanted out of that series was that it do something to push things forward, and it did do that for a potential future title.
Yep.
So, and it was short. It's only like what, 6 episodes? It's real short.
No, 9. It's 9 episodes. We just
Is this
finished
still
episode
going?
7. Yeah, it's 2 more episodes that drop
they take a
tomorrow
break?
night. No, Wednesday. No, they
Did they
didn't take
take
a
a
break. They went
break?
straight through. They went
I
straight
didn't see no
through.
new episode last week.
Yeah, episode
what the
7
fuck?
was last week. Episode 7 was last week. They
Oh,
killed.
I might. Don't tell
Yeah,
me. Don't tell me.
yeah,
Don't
yeah,
tell me.
yeah.
Don't
He
tell me.
he
Don't
be
tell me.
he
Don't
be
tell
ready
me.
to drop bombs on niggas'
Don't
head.
tell me.
Yo,
Don't tell
Aubrey
me. I'm gonna watch.
Plaza. Yo, is Aubrey Plaza not playing that goofy bitch from Thor?
No, she gonna be potentially playing Death.
Oh, damn, nigga.
That's
Yeah,
it's like confirmed, right? That ain't
No,
no spoiler.
yes,
No,
it
nigga, that shit was crazy.
It's
Rob, you
not.
watched the
That's
last,
like
Rob, did you watch the last episode?
That nigga said
I knew, but that
bro,
was
that
a
shit
hell of
rolled
a
off that
spoiler,
nigga's
Was
tongue
it
like
my
it wasn't
fault?
a spoiler.
Yeah, that was a straight up spoiler.
fault.
We was worried about T. This nigga now said, nah, nigga.
Mine said Aubrey Plaza. No,
It's not
goofy bitch.
tied. It's
He's
not
playing
tied to
Death.
anything in the show unless it happened in this episode that he's saying I missed.
I just heard
It's not really
it
tied to
felt like I
anything in
heard
the
a cuss
show.
word for the first time.
Oh fuck.
Oh, my
He
bad. I'm
couldn't wait
sorry.
to say it.
That nigga just
I
threw
didn't
a
think
bomb.
it's nothing in the show that is tied to her being that. It's just like
Bro,
I
you
heard it
damn
as a
niggas pulled
rumor.
the grenade and didn't throw it.
All
You
right.
just fucked it all up.
Okay.
He said,
I'm gonna be quiet. I'm saying nothing.
niggas
It must
said,
be
nah,
something
she
in this
playing-
new episode
I'm
to
not
confirm
saying
it.
He
nothing.
didn't say, nah, D, she playing somebody else. Nah, she playing Death.
Yeah.
I ain't saying nothing.
That look, it was a rumor. It wasn't
I'm
confirmed,
not-
at least the last that I know. But
No,
T
you
making
know,
it
it's
sound
like you
like in this
casted the bitch.
episode.
Let's nix it. Let's just nix it. Go watch it.
They were saying, I'm gonna bring it up now.
That's
that now,
fire, then,
now,
and they
now that
really
now
pushing
dropped the
it.
bomb. Somebody was talking about they could bring back Thanos now and make him actually
Yeah.
more comic book accurate from that point.
Agatha is really important then. If they really
they
did
need to
do
give my boy
that,
Thanos
Agatha
the
is
yellow
super.
eyes.
Huh?
They need to give my boy Thanos them black and yellow eyes.
Black and
Because
yellow.
them
eyes?
humanoid eyes was fucking me up.
Yeah.
Nigga,
Nah,
nigga
but
Thanos
there was
had
what
some
other
ears
show did they
back
do that in? They did that with another character. Gambit. I don't think they like the eyes, or it's too much CGI or something. Because
Too
I
much
don't. They
CGI.
don't.
Deadpool mask is all
I
CGI.
know, bro. I know. I don't have an answer for you. But if you notice, they did that with Thanos. They also did it with Gambit. It might be something where they can't get the eyes down.
I mean, bro, if the Transformers can give the Transformers lips and teeth, they can give Gambit some eyes.
They
They
didn't
gave
though.
Optimus Prime
I
lips
hear you, but they
back in
didn't.
2007. They can give Gambit some red eyes, goddamn. You know how much shit you put your animators through to give Optimus Prime lips?
I believe you. That do seem difficult. I'm with you.
What the bro?
I don't know.
Where's the lips? On a robot?
On a
I'll be
robot.
that day.
They toiled for 40 days and 40 nights just to
So
get
no lie. Not
one
you, because
lip.
I really never thought about this like this. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's a robot with some lips, bro.
Why does
Lips?
Optimus need lips?
Lips. All right.
God. I hope Robert right. I hope Marvel on the right track. I hope
think so.
Agatha brings Lady Death and all of that shit, because the shit we've been getting, I'm gonna tell y'all, after Endgame and going to see Love and Thunder,
It was rough. It was rough.
oh my god.
It's been rough. It would be really nice to see it turn around though, because I think comic book movies have the potential to keep going further and further in the future. But if we keep getting terrible quality content, I could see it also going away. And that was the kind of the point I was trying to make.
Everybody want to see superpowers. Bro, I feel like when
if
the
it's
X-Men get in there-
bad, if it's bad, bro.
no, bro, when they get the X-Men, I feel like shit really gonna be rolling because everybody fuck with the X-Men.
Yeah, which should be coming soon.
Like you can't fuck up, bro. You can have any X-Men on a team. You can't fuck up the story. Like come on, bro.
No, you
find a way.
can. Yeah, I was gonna say you can. We've seen bad X-Men movies.
We seen how many? 2? Unless you
2
count
to
that
3.
New Mutants.
Yeah, I was gonna say 2 to 3.
But I mean, how many they make? Like 13?
Damn.
Yeah, it's been pretty good. They've been more consistent with good movies than bad. I think that's fair.
We seen more. Yo, no, that's a fact.
We seen more good X-Men movie. We seen more good X-Men movies than bad. I do give you that. I would fight for that.
I mean, shit,
would
we
fight
got
for that.
3 bad Venom movies in a decade.
And that's all. And that's all. The only. It's 3 out of 3 bad.
In a decade.
X-Men, you're right. X-Men should. I do agree with that too. Then they brought like what's his name? Kelsey Grammer. Is that his name? The Beast.
Bro, I did not know
Like
that
they
nigga was
bringing
50
back
years
people
old.
that was good.
Yep.
He might not be playing Beast
You
That
might
nigga
be
old now?
right.
at 80.
Damn.
80, bro.
Right.
They better film his scenes yesterday
So, yeah, for real. For
on some
real.
Stan Lee shit.
Then they was
They
talking
could-
about.
they
Is
could
that
just
true
do
that they was
that.
talking about bringing Denzel in?
For what?
I don't
Um,
know.
Was
Your mom,
Dormammu.
who you talking about?
allegedly
Yep.
that was a rumor.
Denzel need to be playing somebody that got like a recurring role or somebody prominent.
Luke Cage.
All right, and on that note, this is
Dog.
They
Squad
better.
Nero.
I'm gonna say this. They better bring back Michael Coulter to play Luke Cage. Like,
Yeah,
Bro,
to kill
they
him off.
broad.
To kill him off.
If they put him
None
back
of
in the
us like
movie,
Luke Cage.
I'm
bro.
a sign for him to be the first person to get killed off. I don't give a damn if he got to fall down some stairs.
I would not
Kill
mind
Luke
the
Cage
new Luke
off.
Cage. I'm sorry, T. I know you like, you like the guy who played him, but I think if we did another Luke
What
Cage,
was,
I would
what
want a
was
fresh
worse,
start.
Luke Cage or Black Lightning?
Oh,
Black Lightning. Black Lightning.
Hands down.
Black
Hands
Lightning was bad.
down.
my
Oh
favorite
my
super
God.
colored Negro.
Bro,
Jefferson
Black Lightning
Davis.
was just a stereotypical fried chicken, watermelon Kool-Aid drinking ass nigga. That was a principal
Luke
of a
Cage
school.
wasn't that far off.
Yeah, what was that nigga? A janitor?
That nigga was in jail at some point in time too.
Nigga was a janitor at a barber shop. Ain't have no hair on his head.
Yeah.
The fuck is you doing, nigga? He couldn't be a construction worker. He was just sweeping up hair in that empty ass shop.
Got that motherfucker shot up.
See, bro, that
No,
had to
because
be
he was in
directed by
prison. He had to
somebody.
get one of them. He was in prison. That's why he had to get one of them prison jobs when he came out.
Nigga,
Yeah.
it's so many, bro. I feel like that shit had to be directed by a white person. They was like, no, we need it to be black. And they was like, what do I think of black people? That's it. Janitors at barbershops.
I
wearing
know
Timbs
I'm
every day.
I know I'm pretty much like just giving this generic name out, just like a generic hairstyle for any black person in the video game. But if Ryan Coogler did Luke Cage, would you think it would be much better?
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as cheesy.
It wouldn't.
Yeah, absolutely. That would be a good. I would actually really wouldn't mind seeing that.
And wasn't
And
he
then
beating down Jessica Jones?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does in
Yeah.
the comics too.
Fucking
They had to
Negro
keep-
peeing. It ain't no black bitches there for Luke Cage.
Negro
No.
peeing is crazy.
All of them went to Black Panther. Look at Storm.
No, Luke Cage should have never
Storm,
been.
yeah,
doing
Storm is
that.
a child.
They was like, oh shit, a black actor that's new to the world. I got a role for you, nigga. I got the perfect role for you.
On that note, y'all,
Yep.
I think we're gonna be done.
Yep.
We have pooped superhero movies for far too long today.
Bro, but think about it. Mike Coulter, he did not come out playing no lawyer. He ain't come out playing no fucking life-changing person in no movie that helped the family out. They had him playing a fucking superhero that was a fucking convict.
But
That's all we good for.
That's
A
what he was
Timberland
in the
wearing,
comics, though.
construction jean boot cut, wife beater, black nigga.
Was he a convict in the comics?
Yeah, in the comics, he was a convict.
Was he a convict?
Bro.
Yes.
He was?
Really?
Cage.
I really didn't know that.
Yeah.
Tell me what scene, what episode in Luke Cage helped move Marvel forward?
It didn't because it was Netflix. Netflix, like, it wasn't a part of it.
And they had Mahershala Ali.
Oh
and
yeah,
they
you're
had-
right. He was a prison experiment.
Damn. Didn't know that.
Mahershala Ali, quiet as kept, wasn't even good in that role.
Well, no, he wasn't.
I do.
That's why he ain't getting Blade. They say, nigga, you couldn't even play a
I
villain
wouldn't
role.
mind.
Cottonmouth,
Cottonmouth.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm about to call that
which
nigga
is an even
Yeah.
more racist fucking.
Cottonmouth. I thought
Yeah,
Venom
that
had
was
me mad.
wild. That was wild. I never.
Oh,
You know
Venom
the sad
got me
part
this
is I
mad.
didn't even realize that was his
What-
name until
what-
right now.
Was that
You
an
literally just
actual name of
made
a
that
Luke
click in
Cage
my
villain?
head. His name was Cottonmouth.
Was that an
Yes, it
actual
was
villain?
Cottonmouth. That's 100%
And
what it
no,
was.
in the comics though. Was that
Wow,
an
you just
actual
made me
villain in the
think so.
comics?
Oh,
Imagine they made it up for the show. Let me look this shit up, bro.
I
I'm
think
about
so.
to look it up too.
If they made it up for the show, I gotta have a talk.
Yeah,
with
let me
Kevin
look this
Feige.
up.
I gotta have a talk with Marvel. Every exec gotta have a sit down with me.
Yeah, Cottonmouth was the real, but Cottonmouth is also the name of a snake. Cottonmouth is also the name of a snake.
Yeah, and so is Python. So is
But
fucking
yeah.
Rattlesnake. So is Cobra. Cottonmouth.
Out of all the ones that you could pick,
They said, I know what snake.
Blame the
a fucking
comments. Blame the
cotton-
comments.
he in the he is in the comics. This nigga looks even
Yeah,
more
blame the
racist
comics. He's in the comics.
Nah, look at this. Nah.
Oh my gosh.
nah,
No, I'm
nah.
looking at it. Oh my god.
Nah.
Oh, this is bad. All right, this has been another edition of
My shit ain't
Squad
loaded
Nero.
yet.
We need to go now. We need to go now. We need to go now. That's how mad
Oh
this
my
is.
god.
This is like
Oh my god.
we need to go.
This is who
I know
Let's
Blade faced to
conclude
New Orleans and shit,
this
but
episode.
who
God,
came up with this shit? Yo, T, you looking at it?
Wait, what?
Colonel Cottonmouth. What?
Why? Why does he look like Uncle Ruckus?
Nigga, that. You know who could have played that? Samuel Jackson. Fuck Nick Fury.
Why does he look like Uncle Ruckus?
Samuel, they could have had David Hasselhoff play Nick Fury.
Bro, you gotta stop.
Nah, son, they could have had Robert Downey Jr. play him. Remember Tropic Thunder?
Oh, no, that would have been a slap in the face.
You gotta stop.
That
Oh,
just
you
that
gotta
bro.
stop.
This Colonel Stokes Cottonmouth. That's his nickname.
Bro, I can't do this
Cottonmouth?
right now.
I hate to say it, but Mahershala Ali's character as Cottonmouth was not as bad as this.
Bro, this is what Mahershala Ali, you will never play Blade, nigga. You signed on to play Cottonmouth.
Yo, this
You don't
actually
deserve-
low-key made me give me more.
You don't deserve to play nothing comic book related. Stick to the piano pieces. Some history movies. Colonel.
A mouthful
Stokes.
of razor sharp teeth to intimidate and threaten his foes. Nah,
Yo.
that's just the crack.
This looks like a
It's
Futurama
weird, bro.
character. I haven't seen this artwork in Marvel
It does.
ever.
I've been seeing this artwork since segregation was alive.
Yo,
They said, what would a black colonel look like? I don't know. Some cottonmouth moon cricket nigga.
Nobody thought that this was too, nobody. Stanley.
That's got to be a racial
You
slur. I'm sick of them cotton mouths. Bro, I'd rather you call me a porch monkey over a cotton mouth.
oh my goodness.
Oh,
Yo, we gotta
Lord.
go. We gotta go. We gotta
Yo,
go.
D
We
is
gotta
on 10
go.
right now.
This is
Yo,
We gotta go. We gotta go,
Bro,
bro.
I'm trying to figure out why is the
Yeah.
artwork like that? He can't be some suave nigga.
Oh my god.
Colonel Stokes,
Oh,
Oh yeah.
cotton mouth.
I had to
Okay,
turn the
maybe
fan
moving on.
on.
yo, end it. Oh, Rob, end it.
Bro, nigga look like some
Still
Dr.
going.
Seuss character.
We appreciate y'all. This is episode 42. We back in this day.
Episode 41.
This should be
41,
the
my
name
bad.
of the show. You should change it.
Oh, Cottonmouth.
Cottonmouth. I can't believe that shit.
Cottonmouth?
Venom.
I never
said-
put that together
said
until
that
y'all
name,
said that tonight
and
too. I
everybody,
never
the
did.
light bulb clicked in everybody's head as soon as I say that name. That was like, that
Oh
was-
my
Like that little
God.
boy in that one video. Black people.
the black one.
Oh, yeah, the black one. Bro. No, I got a bone to pick.
Cottonmouth.
I can't
Oh
find I
my
can't think of
God.
a Lucy character, one Image Comics character that got no name like Cottonmouth.
And of course,
Oh
it had
my
to be the nigga.
They drew that nigga with a unibrow.
We don't need no Luke Cage,
a Mr.
nothing.
Miyagi mustache.
We can cut Luke Cage out just off that being his.
That nigga
That's like
can't
his
come
arch
back.
enemy too, bro.
Yeah.
They said it was like his arch enemy. I don't want to see no Luke Cage. I'm good.
What you
Hey, we got the Luke Cage movie coming out. Imagine the backlash Marvel would have faced, and they had a black nigga playing Cottonmouth.
Why did nobody ever say anything about this shit when it first
Nobody
came
ever
out?
thought about this,
Bro.
That is wild. But I ain't gonna hold you. I went through the show and didn't even put two and two together until just tonight.
Because I didn't think, bro. I promise you, I watched that whole season and never thought to look up if they really had a nigga named Cottonmouth. Because
Just let it rock.
It just rolled off the tongue.
Yeah,
They knew what they was doing. They knew what they was doing. They was like, we just gonna throw this in there. The niggas ain't even gonna notice.
Yeah,
Why?
those stupid niggly bears can't read comics anyway.
This man, okay.
We gotta wrap the show.
It's that
All
time.
right. We appreciate y'all niggly bears for tapping in with us.
Man, this man had to double down.
Tapping in with us. We will be back roasting some more comic book movies in the near future.
If y'all
Hopefully
see this
not-
picture, I see a Cottonmouth right now.
Let's share your screen.
It's bad, bro.
How do I share my screen? God damn it!
Is hit the percent at the bottom. We
Yeah,
appreciate
no,
y'all
no,
again. Tap in with twitch.tv, or I'm sorry, on all podcast platforms, Croco's Corner. You got twitch.tv/Smooth Entertainment. Just as you see it, this nigga changed his name to Zordon. You got twitch.tv/Sage.
Who the fuck is this?
I can't. Yo,
Yo, he looked like James Brown, bro.
He looked like James Upshaw.
That nigga looked like R. Kelly.
go.
R.
We
Kelly.
gotta-
R.
we
Kelly
gotta
is trapped
go.
in the closet when he was the pimp.
Bro,
This
I'm
nigga is
getting
the
off. I'm
Pied
about to
Piper
hang
of
up. We
Marvel
gotta
Comics.
go.
Just
We're
change it to
done.
Pied Piper.
we're done. Yo, you got that. End the stream now.
all the smoke. Yeah, running trash bags of that green. Whip it fast, the whip color of cocaine. I'm independent in the spinach to stop these dreams. I roll too rich, focus on the ticket, maximize my means. Sack down, just tryna float. There's a couple holes up in this boat. Lose my mind just so I can cope.